this story is called Penelope Strawberry. Miss Penelope Strawberry was beautiful. Miss Penelope Strawberry was extremely beautiful. In fact, you might say she was the most beautiful strawberry in the whole wide world. She had big blue eyes and golden hair. But one thing spoiled her beauty. She was snooty and vain, and if anyone said hello to her, she would just stick her nose up in the air and glide away. She wanted everyone to admire her, but I'm afraid she had no friends. So she decided to move to a new house in the country. It was a pretty little cottage with a fine garden. There was a pool with a fountain and some goldfish. One day, Miss Penelope was sunbathing on the lawn. Bees were humming busily, and bright butterflies flitted to and fro amongst the tall flowers. Suddenly, a large violet beetle made a startling appearance between two dandelion stalks. "Hello," he said in a deep voice, as he looked shyly at her dazzling beauty. "Who are you?" "Go away," she said rudely. "Go away." And she looked at him spitefully through her large, dark sunglasses. "Dearie me," said the beetle. "You're certainly not as nice as you look. If this is how you treat visitors, it's a wonder you have any friends at all." And he promptly disappeared the way he had come. As Penelope lay sunning herself, she began to think that perhaps she had been rather rude to people, and this could be the reason why she had no friends. She decided there and then to hold a garden party and to invite everyone in the village. She made a list of everything she needed. Chocolate cake, ice cream, jelly, iced cherry buns, sandwiches, blancmange, chocolate fingers, and hundreds of sausage rolls. She quickly went indoors to write invitations to everyone. She asked a friendly squirrel to deliver them that afternoon. There was great excitement on Blackberry Common when people opened their invitations to Penelope's party. They hurriedly got out their best clothes and polished shoes. Miss Ladybird put on her new dress with 7 spots. Sebastian Squirrel brushed his tail till it shone. And Miss Penelope went to her hairdresser to have a new hairdo. When Saturday came, the sun shone, and Miss Penelope's garden was full of happy, chattering people. What a wonderful feast they all had. Penelope Strawberry, they said, is not only the most beautiful strawberry in the whole wide world, but also the kindest. After that, she always had the one thing she had ever really wanted. Friends. And this story is called Roger Radish. Roger Radish was shy. He lived in a neat little cottage at the corner of the garden. Although he was brought up in a large family, he was awfully, awfully, awfully shy. Whenever he saw anyone coming, he would either run indoors or hide behind the nearest tree or wall and wait until they had gone. One morning, Roger Radish was going for a walk down the lane when a friendly wizard came up to him.
"Hello," said the wizard in a friendly way. "Help!" yelled Roger Radish, and promptly disappeared behind a nearby tree stump. "Goodness gracious," said the wizard to himself. "What a performance! I must really try to do something to help this poor Radish." But before he could say, "Wet wellies," Roger Radish was just a speck in the distance. Now, there is something I forgot to tell you about Roger Radish. He was a very good swimmer, but nobody knew about this except the wizard, who'd often watched Roger secretly from the riverbank. "I have a plan," thought the wizard. "I know how I can help Roger Radish, but I will have to wait for the right moment." A few days later, Roger Radish was having a quiet walk along the riverbank. The birds were singing in the tall trees, and the sun was hot on his back. He was whistling a little tune, and he felt very happy. Suddenly the wizard, who was hiding in the bushes, knew that the time had come to work his spell. He waved his wand, and a canoe came swiftly down the river, out of control. In it were two frightened little chives, screaming for help. Without hesitating or waiting, Roger Radish plunged into the deep water and began swimming strongly to the sinking chives. Soon he had caught each one by the arm and was swimming quickly back to the riverbank. Little did he know that a large crowd had collected on the riverbank, waiting for the hero to return. The wizard had magicked them there, of course. How they all clapped and cheered as the bedraggled Roger Radish pulled himself and the two little chives out of the river. They gave him big bunches of flowers and said he was very brave. Everyone thought he'd run away and hide, but he just stood and smiled happily at everyone. The wizard's plan had worked. Roger Radish was no longer shy.